Hello everyone, Sarabia here with another quick video. On today's episode, we are talking about a powerful tool that many creative professionals, including myself, use on a daily basis to generate ideas, think through complex problems, and have a lot of fun. Today, we're talking about sketchbooks. A daily sketchbook will be one of our main assignments during distance learning. It is something that you will use almost every single day in my online digital media arts class. If you are thinking about pursuing a creative field like design, animation, media production, or art, you would gain a lot from keeping a sketchbook. I've kept sketchbooks since I was in high school, and here are just a few of them. Now, I call this a sketchbook, but the truth is anything can go in it, not just sketches. You can write on them like diaries, draw or doodle, paint all over them or paste pictures into collages, or keep little bits of memories. As you can see, the point is not that it is pretty, but that it is useful and allows creative people to express themselves without the need of technology. Now, why are we doing this? It's because in my class, the most important thing, even beyond learning how to use technology or digital media, is to develop our creativity and curiosity, to learn how to think through problems in order to be able to solve them, and to find ways of communicating our thoughts effectively to other people. Using sketchbooks is a great way to do all of those things. That's why we're doing this in my class. Okay everyone, so to talk about the importance of sketchbooks for creative individuals, I have Rosa with me today. She's an artist, photographer, filmmaker, and a professional designer, and honestly one of the most creative people I know. So welcome, Rosa.
Oh, gracias.
But I wanted to share a little bit about her process for using sketchbooks in her practice, because she's in her work you use a lot of sketchbooks, right? And tell me where did that start and how does it help your practice? Or just as a creative person, how did sketchbooks kind of become a thing for you?
Yeah, so even before I thought of being an artist or even thinking I could be an artist, like since I was 7 or probably before that, I started just writing and documenting my thoughts and doing doodles and things like that, or writing my ideas or questions about life. I think writing, art, whatever it is, that process of being able to ask questions, to think, to reflect. I think reflection is one of the main themes about a sketchbook. I think in my personal life, like it really has become almost like my safe space. And it all exists like inside these pages. And I think it's very personal. And professionally, it's helped me kind of like get away from that like anxiety of having to produce something perfect. The sketchbook is really like my starting point where I could just literally throw everything, all the ideas I have, and even if they're messy, even if they're wrong, even if they're never gonna make it to like, you know, being a final product, I tend to be really hard on myself. And I feel like the sketchbook has really been a place where I could just have fun. And I think even the process of being able to just let go and be a little bit more loose and having a safe space for myself even like has just proven to be just freeing.
Would that apply to students who are pursuing sort of like more multimedia type careers?
Well, a sketchbook is not just for an artist, it's really for anyone, a creative thinker. A sketchbook is really a place to have fun. It's literally anything. I use watercolor, I'll use, pen on top of watercolor, I'll use my leftover paint, I'll use, just random patterns, and then I'll just plaster things on top of it, or I'll do collage, or I'll sometimes paste my favorite leaves from my favorite trees, or whatever it is. Like, I think that's the fun part about it, that you could just be messy at any point, and every page is different, and it's all sorts of medium, and it's really whatever you have at home. Sometimes it's Crayolas, or sometimes color pencils, or your 99-cent watercolors, but you realize actually, yeah, just picking something, like it makes you be really creative about how you create whatever it is that you want.
To get started, you need to get yourself a sketchbook that has at least 50 pages. Now, they sell really nice ones, like this Moleskine, for about 15 to 20 bucks online. But the truth is, you don't need to spend a lot of money. You can use an old composition book or a spiral notebook that you may have lying around. You can even make one yourself. Just find 25 blank pieces of regular printer paper and fold them in half. Do this around 5 pages at a time. Then either staple them together or sew them together. You can even add a cover. Now let's talk about the specifics for my class. Here are some things that I will require for sure. Number 1, space and content. I will not be grading you on how pretty your entries are. To me, chaos is good. Messiness is great. It's okay to be messy. I want you to explore and experiment. The important thing is that almost every inch of your page should be filled with something, anything as long as it's interesting. Remember, empty space will usually mean a lower grade. Things you can include during open entries include writing, to-do lists, text, drawings, doodles, pasted photo or magazine collages, paint, or anything else that you have access to at home. Number 2, time and effort. You should spend at least 20 minutes on your entries, but you can spend as much time as you like beyond that. Remember, I can usually tell when you spent only 5 minutes on something. Number 3, entries with prompts. Every Wednesday you will have a prompt for your sketchbook. These entries will take an entire spread, meaning that you need to fill 2 pages that are facing each other. You can find the prompts or topics on Google Classroom or our class website. One of the pages has to be writing, so you have to respond to the prompt, the whole entire page. The other page can be sketches, doodles, collages, paint, anything that's related to the topic. Number 4, submitting your entries. You must submit your sketchbook entry through Google Classroom every weekday before 3:15 p.m. except on Friday. You don't have to do a sketchbook entry on Friday because that's when your weekly project is due. To submit your entry on Google Classroom, you have a few options. You can take a picture with your phone and upload that picture to your computer and then submit to Google Classroom, or you can use the Google Classroom app to upload directly from your phone. If you have a digital scanner available, you can scan your image and then upload that image up to Google Classroom. You can also hold your sketchbook up to your Chromebook or computer webcam and take a picture. Load this picture up to Google Classroom. A sketchbook is a tool that many creative individuals use to explore ideas, to experiment, to practice their craft, and to amuse themselves. Keeping a sketchbook can be both fun and challenging. It's a practice. Like anything else that is worth doing, the key is consistency. If you devote yourself to keeping a sketchbook as a daily practice, you will find how easy it becomes and how fun it can actually be. You will also realize how helpful a sketchbook is to generate ideas and to stay creative. I can't wait to see what you come up with. All right, that's all I have for today. Remember that I love you. Stay healthy. This is Sarabia signing off.